All right, first and foremost, we give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto the Most High God, Yahweh. We do so in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world calls Christ and Mashiach Yahweh Shai. It's your brother, Chief Priest Alazar Malloy, aka the Word of Hebrew. And as y'all can see, we got a special event tonight for this Machete Monday. I'll be having a live discussion with a Latino brother who identifies as a Satanist. So the brother is here in the queue now. I'm getting ready to bring him on. He can speak for himself as far as his position, and we can kind of get into the discussion. He and I had a little bit of a back and forth on Instagram. It was respectful, and he was interested in dialoguing more in depth. So I invited him off of Instagram because I don't really like to do the finger fighting, and on here so we can articulate our points in a more effective way and do it, before an audience who can learn from the discussion. So get ready to bring the brother on. I'm bring him on now. What's going on, brother?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Hold on, say that again. I didn't hear you.
I said, how you doing?
I'm all right. I'm okay. All right. So I guess just for the audience's sake, sound like you got some music in the background.
Yeah, let me turn that off real quick.
Appreciate you.
All right.
All right. So yeah, we had a little back and forth, right? If you could just for the audience out there, just give a little bit of information about your background before we get started.
My background as in like my upbringing?
Yeah, if you want, as far as just ideologically, I guess, ethnically and ideologically, just your background.
I mean, I'm a Hispanic male in my 20s. I was born in Mexico. I'm an immigrant. I was raised in a religious household, and the older I got, the more I started questioning things. And Satanism itself just made more sense to me logically.
Okay. What religion?
I'm sorry?
Your family was what, like Catholic or Pentecostal?
Pentecostal.
Okay. Which I know, everybody knows kind of quintessentially the Hispanic culture in general. It's mostly Catholic, but a lot of people don't understand that, dealing with Mexicans, especially the Pentecostal movement, is pretty heavy. I know because I grew up in Southern California, so I know about the Pentecostal churches and late night, very loud sounds emanating of worship and things of that nature that were not real. Because I grew up Catholic, so kind of the Pentecostal stuff is different than what you were used to if you are accustomed to Catholicism. So okay, so what is your familiarity with the Hebrew Israelites?
I've never met necessarily spoke to a Hebrew Israelite. I know you guys distinguish yourselves a little bit more from the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, which I've spoken to some of them. I've actually watched their demonstrations in like their public areas, and a lot of it to me just seems like the same stuff just being repeated, and all you're doing is changing the players of the game. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So is that what kind of inspired you to engage with me in the comments on the post on the full community page?
Not necessarily. It's just when people talk about further advancing our people, which is something I take very personal to me, because I only see advancement of our people. The way we advance our people is to bring them to reality, truth, not to be held back by Abrahamic religion.
Okay. So, but you identify as a Satanist, correct?
Yeah.
So the character Satan, how is Satan introduced to the world?
Through Abrahamic text. But
so wait,
go ahead.
I'll let you say what you got to say. But see, to me, that you talked about logic, so I want to understand the logic in rejecting the very text that gives the centerpiece of your ideology credence, brings it into existence, validation, etc.
Okay, so the way I can best explain it is in the book, the original text, Satan himself is the first rebel. We, as Satanists, do not actually see him as a real being, a physical manifestation of evil. He's just like how Harry Potter stands up to Voldemort. You know what I'm saying?
He's a symbol of rebellion, a metaphor for rebellion.
Yeah. The book is just a bunch of books, just a bunch of stories. None of it's real. We just use him as symbolism to reject the common Abrahamic belief and accept reality. Be the rebel. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so where do we see the character of Satan rebelling ever in the text?
God says it himself that he sent Satan down to earth because he questioned his authority.
Where is that in the Bible?
I mean, I'm not, I'm not exactly sure.
Your belief system is hinged on that, on what you just said. So you're gonna need to demonstrate it because again, you talk about logic, you talk about reality, you talk about what your ideology is based in. If you can't substantiate that, then that kind of defeats your ideology. No,
No, not necessarily. I mean, I'm not familiar with the text itself, but is that not why did God send Satan to earth?
That none of that happened. None of that is real. Like everything you're saying,
No, and
it's
no.
commonly
Sorry,
repeated.
go ahead.
That's commonly repeated maybe in certain religious circles, but there's not an Abrahamic text that speaks to what you're saying. It's not in the Bible at all, not even relatively. We see Satan operating in company with the Abrahamic God, not opposed to, not in rebellion against, seeking and only doing things that he gets permission to do. This is what we see. This is the interaction between Satan and the God of the Bible. Not he's not ever in a place of rebellion against the God of the Bible. He doesn't get cast down to earth. None of that is biblical at all.
God isn't real either, though. So
listen, but see, we can't go there because again, you just said that your ideology is predicated upon the metaphors that exist in the Bible about Satan being a rebel, but the Bible doesn't ever paint Satan as a rebel, right?
No, so it paints him as the bad guy. It paints him as the bad guy.
Okay, but first we have to go to rebel because you started with rebel in the metaphor for rebellion. So I need you to demonstrate Satan the rebel in the text.
Isaiah 14:12 through 14.
No, Isaiah 14. Are you a Satanist or are you a Luciferian?
I'm a Satanist.
Okay, so in Isaiah 14, it talks about Lucifer. It doesn't talk about Satan. So very specific.
Which is the same thing, bro. What you're doing right now.
No, it's not the same thing. Lucifer is a human being. Lucifer
no, he's
is a
not.
title. Yes, it is.
No, he's not.
Lucifer.
Look, bro.
You're not an expert, Joshua. You're not an expert in the text, right? I am. So I can demonstrate to you. I can pull the text up. I can pull up the original. I can pull up all of it now and prove that that's not talking about Satan. It's not. It's talking about a person. It's talking about the king of Babylon, right? That's what it's talking about. So the convolution of Lucifer and Satan being the same thing. If it was, you would call yourself a Luciferian and not a Satanist. But no, you call yourself a Satanist, right? So you got to demonstrate to me Satan's rebellion.
Like I said, I'm not an expert on the text. I don't read the Bible.
Well, but I understand.
But what you're doing.
But you again. Here's your problem. I asked you questions about your ideology, right? You talk about Satan. Satan, of course, like you said, is introduced to the world through Abrahamic text, right? So your ideology is based on the Abrahamic text, whether you like it or not. Not that you believe that any of it is actual, right? But their stories and the stories serve as
it's not based on it. It's just used as some symbolism. But yeah, keep going.
It's the mythology. It's the mythology of it. Okay. So, but what you're saying your ideology is based off of is a myth that isn't even in the text.
Like I said, it's symbolism.
But again, the myth isn't in the text. So again,
okay, in Pentecostal churches, this is what you're taught. I'm not saying what you.
Okay, but we're not talking about Pentecostal churches. I'm talking about the text. Because the text is where this is purportedly coming from. This is where we hear about a Satan never existing. Is from the text, right? The word Satan is a Hebrew word, right? It's not a Pentecostal word. So we got to deal with the text again.
Okay, but what I'm saying is you're using different iterations of. Sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, you go ahead. Go ahead, brother.
You're using different translations of the book, like Satan's fall. Therefore, must have occurred somewhere after the time the angels were created, and before he tempted Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. That is a common story told in Pentecostal churches.
But so that's what it's not. But it's not in the text though. So if
okay, but I'm not. Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, but I'm saying it's not in the text. So you can't. Again, I'm just trying to keep it consistent with what you said. What you said is that this and admitted that this character comes from the text. So for you to tell me that your ideology is predicated upon the character that comes in the text and its interactions and how the character is portrayed in the text, yet You can't demonstrate the character being portrayed in the way that you're saying he's portrayed in the text. I now have to call your ideology into question and say that it is contrary to reality and logic as you state that it is.
Okay, well, my beliefs go a little bit deeper than just symbolism.
We understand that, and we can get there, but we have to start at the inception of your belief. We have to start the foundation.
The inception, bro, our beliefs are a little bit more basic. You just treat people right. Don't use your beliefs to push on to anyone else or harm anyone else, and
Did
let
you
people
push your
live.
beliefs on me?
What?
Did you push your beliefs on me in our interaction on Instagram?
No, I try to make you question yours.
I mean, I would disagree, and I would think that you actually attempted to evangelize me in our interaction.
Evangelize you?
That's what I felt like was going on. That you
How so?
evangelized me. Well, I'm gonna go. You know what? Let's go. Let's pull it up. All right. One second.
A lot of your followers in the comments are extremely misinformed. Satanism is the top religion of America. That's funny, bro.
We're gonna inform them. Take a look. Let me try to find. We had a lot of comments. I'm sifting through. Okay, boom. So let's go into some of your comments here, because you said
I mean, do I want you to believe in reality? Yes.
okay. So but is that how is that not pushing your beliefs on me?
What I think is that your beliefs are harmful.
Okay, but if you think that my beliefs are harmful and they should be replaced with your beliefs, is that not you pushing your beliefs on me?
I mean, no, because I'm literally not pushing my beliefs on you.
Okay, so let's see what you said to me right here. My God, you teach about God. That God isn't real, just like every other God. Is that not something that you believe?
That's the truth.
I mean, but you believe it's the truth. We understand the truth.
No, sir. No, it is the truth. It is the truth.
Okay, it's the truth. Do you believe the earth is a globe or a flat?
It's a globe.
It's a globe. Do you know that there's people who will tell you it's the truth that it's not a globe?
Yeah, but they can't back it up.
Okay,
they can't back it up with facts.
And what if they tell you that you can't back it up with facts? Then what?
I can. You can. You can literally back it up with facts. You can back up the globe.
And guess what? There's people who can back up a flat earth with facts.
No, you cannot. You cannot, sir. You cannot. There's no science behind that idea. There's no science.
Okay, what does the word science mean?
Science is literally the study, testing, and fucking quantification of literally everything in the observable universe. That's what it is.
Has everything been quantified in the observable universe? Yes or no?
To a certain extent, yes.
No.
Yes. Yes, motherfucker. Yes. What are you talking about?
Are you out of your mind?
Anything we can observe physically and measure it.
Is there any such thing in the realm of science as unexplained phenomenon?
Is there what?
Is there anything in science that is deemed unexplained phenomenon?
I mean, yeah.
So how in the fuck is everything quantified, bro?
Bro, oh my. Okay, name one of your phenomena.
No, I don't have to name anything. You just admitted that it exists. You just admitted it exists, so I don't have to name anything. You've already given that up, right?
What you're doing is having a logical fallacy here, bro.
No, this is not a logical fallacy.
Yes,
you just admitted that there's things that science have not explained, yet before that you said that science has quantified everything in the observable universe.
Yes, in the observable universe, bro. The observable universe.
But there are unexplained things in the observable universe, as you have just admitted.
And I said provide a phenomena.
I don't have to provide a phenomenon.
What you're doing is a logical fallacy when you say
already okay. I'll provide a phenomenon. Okay, after ejaculation, some men's feet feel like they're on fire. That is unexplained by science. That's not quantified by science.
I've never heard of that.
You can never heard of it. Listen, all you gotta do is look it up.
Okay, I'll look it up.
But feet burning after ejaculation. Just look it up.
I'll look it up.
Are you gonna look it up now or later?
It says 19 causes right here, bro.
You said what? 19,
It
19,
says
19
19
causes
causes right here.
as a this is a theory though. It's not.
No, it's not, bro. I just looked it up right here.
Okay,
Chronic
19
kidney disease.
causes. It says
Chronic kidney disease, small fiber neuropathy,
uh-huh.
vitamin deficiency, alcohol abuse, low thyroid, Lyme disease, HIV, AIDS, amyloid.
Okay, so what? So,
drug side effects, all kinds.
Which one causes it? Josh, which one causes it, or is it a theory that any one of those things may cause it? Yeah. And what is your? Please name your source.
Hold on, bro.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, you back good now. I don't know where you went. This here, ask a doctor. See, look at it. Exactly. There's not an actual. They're hypothesizing what could be the cause. Neurological problems need to be excluded. See, and this is not just feet burning after ejaculation. This is feet in pain and burning constantly. Then the bladder pain. See that? That's not what I'm talking about. I'm muted. No, I'm not muted. Here you go. You back good, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. So you're on this site, right? Ask a doctor.
No, I was on WebMD.
WebMD.
Yeah, but my shit crashed. So.
You're good. So when you're on WebMD, you were looking at it. Was it hypothesizing the possible causes, or was it giving emphatic causes? Yeah.
Let me pull that article for you.
I don't want your thing to crash again.
No, I didn't get to check what it said. I just saw the list. But what were you saying? What excuse are you gonna make?
I'm not making any excuses. I know that none of these things are proven. In fact, they're not empirical.
But
facts.
they are, bro.
So they're empirical fact. No, you just told me that you didn't read.
I said any of those could be a possibility to the burning sensation after ejaculating.
Could be a what? Could be a what?
Could be a cause of burning in your feet after ejaculating.
Could be, maybe.
As in the people that reported it have reported several different fucking things wrong with them. Not just, bro, what you're doing is a logical fallacy, my guy.
No, what I'm doing is asking you what a fact is.
That is a fact. Yes, that means people came in to the hospital and reported, holy shit, my feet are burning after I just busted in this bitch. What's going on? And they said, oh, sir, it looks like you have some sort of thyroid disease. Holy shit. That means, yes, that could happen to you.
Okay, so Josh Flores, right? Here's what I'm going to tell you. On that list of 19 things, let me explain this to you, right? There's only one reason why I even know that that's a thing, right? Because I experience it. So on your list of 19 things, I have none of those things going on with me. So why do I experience it?
Have you spoke to your doctor?
Yes, I spoke to a physician. I've had tests run. I don't have any of those things that are on that list. So how is it that I experience that thing?
So you're saying it's a spiritual thing?
I'm not saying it's spiritual. I'm saying science simply hasn't answered the question. That's all.
I'm sure they have, but you haven't liked the answer. The problem is what you're doing is using personal. No. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I am saying. What you're doing is using personal experience as fact, which you cannot do because that is a logical fallacy. I'm not going to sit here and listen to that, bro. When there's 19 other.
Joshua Flores, I understand that you've went on Wikipedia and the Satanists have taught you how to go on Wikipedia and learn that there's such a thing as logical fallacy and utilize
And
them.
listen to experts.
But Joshua, it's very simple. Everything
You
that
are not
everyone
a medical
says,
expert.
everybody uses logical fallacies in almost every argument they make. You're also using logical fallacies in what
In
you're
what
saying.
way? In what way?
You're using a logical fallacy.
How so?
How am I using logical fallacies?
Bro, you're using personal experience as fact, which you cannot do in a different.
Wait. So you can't use a personal experience as a fact?
You cannot, because it's
Why
factual
not?
to you,
Why
but I
not?
can't take your word for it because you are not a medical expert.
So I
You
can't.
could be sitting here.
So it's a fact that I've experienced. So it's not a fact that I've experienced something, right?
I'm sure you have, but you cannot
Oh,
sit
so
here
wait,
and tell
you
me
sure
that.
I have? You're sure I have, right?
Listen to
Okay,
what
then.
I'm saying.
What are you talking about?
What you're doing is a logical fallacy, bro. When there's people that have reported these things and there's 19 reasons listed as to why those things could be happening, that means other people in a great majority have came in to the doctor and that was reported and they told him what was wrong with him and they wrote it down in their book under their medical records, and that has to be listed in a gigantic database.
Mm-hmm. Well, WebMD is
You
not that
being
gigantic.
one person.
WebMD is not that gigantic database, for the record, right? But like you admitted, the list on WebMD is a list of possible causes, not emphatic causes. And that's my point.
My God, you're saying you're one case, which you could be lying about.
I mean, listen, that's irrelevant because you have already admitted that there is phenomena unexplained and unquantified.
No, you named one, and I told you that this might be the cause of it.
Josh, and that's fine, but that does not substantiate a quantification, as you stated at the onset, that science has quantified everything in the observable universe.
Yes.
Now again,
you named a phenomena, and I told you, and here's the science behind it.
Josh, number one, you didn't give me any science. You read a blog post on WebMD. That's not science behind anything, for the record, right? And you admitted that the list was a possibility, right? Those things are not emphatic, so that is not a quantification. That's not what that is. That's number one. Number two, before we got on that topic, before I threw out a random phenomenon, you personally admitted that there was unexplained phenomenon in the observable universe, thus debunking your initial point. So you, my friend, utilized and employed a logical fallacy in your argumentation. So now, back to the initial point, I need you to demonstrate in the text that teaches you about the centerpiece of your ideology that they have ever been demonstrated in the text as a rebel. Can you do that?
Why did God cast Satan from heaven? That's the story.
God never casted Satan from heaven.
So he's just chilling in heaven with him?
Well, let's read about it in the Bible.
Okay.
Go to the book of Job. Job 2. Job 1:6. Now there was a day where the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. If Satan is cast to earth, why is he in heaven talking to God? Let's keep reading. And the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? Did Satan answer, from going to and fro in the earth and walking up and down in it. So he has free will to go from heaven to earth and back and talk to God. He wasn't cast out of anything. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil? Then Satan answered the Lord and said, doth Job fear God for naught? Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land. But put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power. Only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So Satan is in heaven talking to God, gets permission from God to do something to somebody, and God gives him parameters in which he can function in this endeavor. So how is it that he's cast down from heaven and rejected and rebelled against God when he clearly is in the obedience of God in the text?
In the obedience? I'm just gonna throw this out there. That story is literally the worst fucking thing in the Bible. God's like, come fuck this dude over who's my loyal servant. Fuck him in the ass if you want.
Josh, but here's the thing, right? I need my question answered. Thanks.
What?
Is, if what you're saying is true about your ideology, why is this interaction in this way in the text?
Because as Pentecostals, we are taught.
brother. I do not care what Pentecostals were taught.
Okay, but this is what
Satanism is not based upon Pentecostal ideology. It's based upon the figure, the character of Satan in the Bible. And you told me it's because he's a rebel. I just showed you he wasn't cast out of heaven and that he asked God for permission and he functioned within the permission that God gave him in the text. I am demonstrating to you that your ideology is bullshit. I need you to exegete this passage and explain to me how it still makes sense.
You believe in God. You can't sit here.
Josh, logical fallacies. Okay, you know about logical fallacies? It's something called a straw man argument, right? You know what a straw man argument is? You're creating a straw man and you're attacking it. I am going forth with what you have demonstrated, what you have qualified as your belief system. So again, answer to me how Satan was cast out of heaven and rebelled against God when Job 1 says what it says. Thank you.
Like I said, in the Pentecostal teachings, which is
like I said, I do not care about the Pentecostal teachings. Satanism does not spring forth from Pentecostalism. It springs forth from the Bible. So rationalize this to me in the Bible. Thank you.
No, it does not. You don't know shit about Satanism, bro. You really don't.
Well, okay. All I know about Satanism, Josh, is what you've told me. And you told me that Satan springs forth from the Abrahamic text. So I'm going to the Abrahamic text and what it says about Satan. You didn't tell me that Satanism sprung from Pentecostal ideology. Is that what Satanism sprung from, Josh?
From Abrahamic teachings, which Pentecostal is Abrahamic teachings. What you're failing to understand is all of these religions are the exact same. The stories are just different. The stories I was told differ from what you were told or what the Bible says. Yeah, I'll admit that. That's true. Okay, but everybody's beliefs are different.
But my thing is, I don't care about that because you said that your Satan, your center point, your example is from the text. I don't care about Pentecostal teachings. I care about the text. So you got to prove your ideology with the text.
Hello?
I'm here, brother. I need you to prove your ideology with the text.
I don't have to, though. Like, my ideology isn't based completely on Abrahamic religion. It is literally just the teachings.
Josh, this is a logical fallacy. You come out of your mouth about you call yourself a Satanist. The root word of Satan, the Hebrew word son, adversary. The character, the belief in an adversary.
Wait, did you just say adversary?
Yes, the belief in an adversary.
Whose adversary is he, bro?
Man's adversary. So the belief.
Why is he man's?
First off, you don't get to ask me any questions until you answer mine. Thank you. So
anyway, I've already answered your question. You don't like the answer, so you don't fucking accept it. That's
Josh. You can't tell me that you believe in a character that's in a text and not believe according to the text that the character comes from. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that your ideology is based off bullshit Pentecostal teachings, which it's not. Right? You told me. You already said at the onset. And everybody saw it. Everybody heard it. You said it's based off of the Abrahamic text. It's what you said out of your mouth. Prove Satan is how you say he is with the text. Thank you. Job 1, like we just read, Satan is not cast out. Satan is in total obedience to God. Satan is asking God permission to do things. How is he a rebel and how is he cast out if Job 1 says what it says?
All that is besides the point. Like, are you actually going to break down my beliefs or just keep placing shit?
Josh, it's not beside the point. You can't answer questions. That's what the point is. You don't have the answers. You told me that you deal with logic. It's not logical for you to tell me that you believe in a character, in the concept of a character that is introduced in the text when the concept that you believe is contrary to the character. That is not logical.
We do not believe in Satan, bro.
No. Again, Josh, are you listening? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
I am. But what you're trying.
Shut up, man. You're not listening because you don't have.
No, you're not, bro. You have to keep.
And you've now been.
You don't let me explain my.
Again, I didn't say you believe in that there's actually a being named Satan. I said the concept of the character, right? That's what you believe in. The concept of the character of the mythology of Satan, correct? Oh, you can unmute yourself.
Yeah.
You believe in the concept, right?
No.
So then what do you believe in, if I'm misunderstanding?
Okay. Are you going to let me talk?
I mean,
we literally just use Satan, like you said, the adversary, as symbolism for our beliefs. We do not believe in a character. We don't believe he's real. We don't believe God is real.
I know. So
What we were taught.
You clearly
It's
didn't.
supposed to go. It's supposed to go against what we were taught. Satanism is the exact opposite of Abrahamic teachings.
Okay. So, and it's based conceptually off of the symbol of the character that's in the text, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So now, if that character does not epitomize or demonstrate that symbol, does that defeat the ideology?
Okay, but in the Bible, he's mentioned, like, what you're doing. Okay, Satan is seen as the adversary in the Bible. Several times you said that. To us, he is not the adversary. He was the guy fighting for the creation.
No, that's nowhere in the text. Again, you keep saying this, and this is
like I said.
This is why I'm going to the text, Josh, because that's not in the text. It's not
him being the adversary isn't in the text.
No, he's the adversary to man.
That's exactly what I am telling you. We do not believe in the Satan in the Bible. To us, Satan is the fucking symbol of rebellion. You call him adversary, but to us,
Satan comes from the Bible. So you can't tell me you don't believe in the Satan of the Bible because you can't say that fucking word if it's not for the Bible.
My guy, the Satan or the devil or whatever is shown up in
not for the devil. Satan and the devil are two different things.
It's like no, they're fucking not. No, they're fucking not, bro. No, they're not. I'm sorry,
don't read the Bible. I don't care what your silly ass Pentecostal pastor taught you.
The Torah, the Quran, they all have this little evil man that fucking disobeyed God, and you should not follow him because he's the bad guy.
No, they don't. I know
so Satan doesn't exist.
I know that silly ass church you grew up in said that, but the text doesn't say that, bro. This is my point.
We do not give.
So as much make believe as you think somebody else believe in, you believe in some make believe shit too.
What make believe shit?
There's a story about a guy that got cast out of heaven. That's not even any. There's no text that says that. That literally is made up.
You literally just said he's the adversary
of people. I didn't say he got cast out of heaven. I didn't say he got cast out of heaven. I didn't say he's the adversary of God, and I never said he rebelled against God, which were the fundamental statements that you made for your ideology.
You said he's the adversary, correct?
Of human beings, yes.
To us, he is not.
I get that, but you asked me what who's the in the Bible. I'm saying human beings.
But he's not.
You can feel like that. You can feel like that. I'm using the text that actually introduces the concept of the individual to the world. So so what the text says actually has authority over your opinion or your belief or whatever bullshit.
No, it does not.
Church that you go to.
No, it does not.
How doesn't it? So you understand, right? Without the Bible, you don't have your chicken shit ideology, right?
Motherfucker, I could be like, I worship fucking Ron Weasley because he's my favorite character in Harry Potter. What the fuck?
Listen, and if you worship Ron Weasley, then whatever Ron Weasley demonstrates,
and then I can fucking write a story about Ron Weasley saying he's the actual hero of the whole series.
Okay,
and base my whole ideology behind that.
Listen, but so then you would have to admit that your ideology is not true to the actual introduction in the character, and it's
that's what I am telling you.
Okay,
that's what I'm telling you. We don't believe Satan's real, bro.
Josh, that's not what you said from the onset. So if you want to change your position, or if that's your actual position, that's fine. I can engage you based on.
I'm not changing it.
That's not what you said at the onset. You said Satan is based off of Abrahamic text. So what you said at the beginning. So I'm reading Abrahamic.
Is he not? Is Satan? You said Satan's the adversary.
The word Satan means adversary. Satan certainly is an adversary.
I mean, you believe that, right? You believe he's the bad guy, right? Do you believe that?
I believe who's the bad guy?
Satan or the adversary, whatever you want to call him.
He's the bad guy to who?
That's what I'm asking you.
He's the bad guy to
Is that what you believe?
To human beings, yes.
Okay, what has he ever done to you?
Several things.
Like?
Well, number one, it depends on what you mean by Satan, right?
Because the adversary, that's what we're talking about.
Because Satan got on a boat from Spain and enslaved, raped, robbed, murdered, and colonized your ancestors, right? That's what Satan did.
It's weird, though, because they believe in the same God that you do, and they used God to enslave our people.
No, they do not believe in the same God as me.
Yes, they do. Like I said, what you do is switch the players in the same game.
How do they? If we switch the players in the same game, why don't I believe what they believe? No, my charger.
Okay, I'm gonna ask you this again. I asked you this earlier.
I don't believe in Catholicism, right? I don't believe in Catholicism, no.
But you believe there's a singular God that has.
No, I don't. No, I don't believe there's. I'm not a monotheist. I'm not a Trinitarian. I'm not a monotheist. So I don't. So you can't put me in the box of I don't believe what they believe.
Okay. So let me ask you, what exactly is your stance when it comes to being a Hebrew Israelite?
What do you mean exactly? What's my stance?
What exactly drives you? What is the one true God to you? Like you say, your whole intro about praise to the Almighty guy in the sky, or whatever you say.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
What do you mean? What is that?
Who is the Most High?
The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The power, the deity that is worshipped by Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Okay, so their beliefs derive from yours.
No, they don't though, because again, nowhere does
Yes,
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob talk about monotheism. Nowhere does Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob talk about Trinitarianism.
Deriving doesn't mean being the exact same.
Listen. Deriving it's not the exact same. So I don't worship the same God as them. They believe three people. They believe three people are one God. I don't believe that. So how are we worshiping the same God? They believe in God the Father, God the Son, God the Holy Ghost. I don't believe in that.
I think they're all one person. I think they're just different representations of the same God.
I don't believe that, though.
That's how I was taught.
I know that, and that's how I was taught in the Catholic Church. I don't believe that, though. That's not what the Hebrew Israelites believe.
Mm-hmm.
So again, how are we worshiping the same God when they believe in a triune
because
God?
Because you're all deriving from Abrahamic belief. Is that not what you just said? You believe in the Abrahamic God.
But it's not the same thing. If somebody, like you just said, right? Like you just said, if you took Ron Weasley and you said this is the real hero, and you wrote your own story about Ron Weasley, is that J.K. Rowling? Hold on, Joshua, it is. Is that J.K. Rowling canon?
No, bro. What you do?
No.
Okay, listen to what I'm saying. What you guys do is take Harry Potter and say he saved the day this way, and he did it for these people. What Christians are doing are saying Harry Potter did the same shit, but he did it for our people. He did it for all people.
No,
he did it for, bro. Like I said,
that's not what we're doing. Josh, that's not what we're doing.
Yes, it is. It is though.
No, it's not, because we don't believe in Harry Potter at all.
Okay, bro. Okay.
It's a completely different God.
It's not, but go off, bro.
How isn't it a completely different God?
Because Christianity, Pentecostalism, Catholicism all derive from Judaism. It's fucking historically proven, bro.
Again, right?
If I was to write a fan fiction about Harry Potter and make him
again, all right. So now let's take a look at something, right?
Go ahead.
We have an individual. His name is Abraham, right? He has a son Isaac. He has a son Jacob.
Which is taught in the Christian Bible as well.
Listen, you got to listen, Josh, right? They have a God. The God is called Al-Shaddai, El Shaddai, right? God Almighty, a great demon-like power. That's what he's called, right?
Yeah.
Right? So conceptually, automatically, that's contrary to Christianity, one, right? So then Tom goes, he introduces himself to a people group as their God under a proper name, right? Okay, cool, boom. So then, of course, that's terrible, right? Is that treating people right? I thought Satanism taught to treat people right. That's horrible, right, man? Under a proper name, right? Okay, cool, boom. So then, of course, that's terrible, right? Is that treating people right? I thought Satanism taught to treat people right. That's horrible, right, man? Anyway, so time goes on. Time goes on. You got this people with this God, right? A God comes along, right? The people know him as Jesus. He's crucified, etc. Then later on, this word about Jesus spreads into Rome. Later, Rome takes the character of Jesus and other biblical characters and synchronizes them with pre-existing pagan deities, right? Synchronize them. This is historical fact. So when you synchronize, when you put names of people that are in the Bible and synchronize them with pre-existing pagan deities, how in the hell are we worshiping the same God as them when we don't worship the synchronized pagan deity?
What they did was write a fan fiction about the fucking original Bible. That's what they did, my God.
Listen, a fan.
The hero is still the same, though.
Listen, okay, a fan fiction, right? Taking names from the Bible and putting them on pre-existing deities, right?
I am a demon, bro. I am a demon.
You are a deity, and I am a deity as well. Anyway.
No, I said demon. I was laughing at the chat.
Listen, that's fine. Anyway, taking names of people and putting them on pre-existing deities is not the same thing.
Listen, bro, you can think you're different, but you're not. You're all the same.
I just asked you an intellectual question, right? And you can't even answer it. Is putting the name of somebody on another person, does that make them the same person as the name?
Yeah, because like 50 Shades of Grey was actually a Twilight fan fiction. So like they changed the names and shit in the story, but it's still the same shit. A love interest, fucked up one, just like God with his people.
Again,
I don't know if you're familiar with other writings besides the Bible, but it's written the exact same. It's just more boring.
That's not.
You know what I'm saying?
That's nonsensical, and that's not what I'm saying to you, right? You have to pay attention to what I am saying.
Let me ask you a question.
No. You still ain't answered.
You said you're against abortion.
You can't.
Why is that?
You can't ask a question when you still ain't answered my questions, right? That's not how this works. So again, if you have a god named Mithras and you say, I'm going to use all the mythology surrounding Mithras and I'm just going to say Jesus instead of Mithras, does that make it Jesus or does that make it Mithras? Josh.
Why is it not popping up?
You have some issues, Brother Josh?
The control is not there.
Brother Josh.
Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you, Josh. You can hear me? Josh.
I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna fucking.
You can't hear, bro? You might have to come back in and come back out. Brother Josh. I don't know where Josh is at. You can come back in, but exactly, he don't even know he's a Christian. That's what, and that's why I wanted to start with, well, what do you believe, bro? Hopefully he come back in. He got the link in his email, so he should be able to come back in. The question is, here you go. Josh. You can hear now?
I'm back. Sorry about that.
So listen, again, if I take all the mythology surrounding Mithras and I rename Mithras to Jesus, does that make him Jesus or is he still Mithras?
Well, we're not talking about Jesus. We're talking about God, the guy who literally inspired your religion and Christianity and Catholicism and all that shit.
I'm using your example just like you use Ron Weasley. So follow me. You're not slow, right? Again, if I take Jesus,
that's right.
The name Jesus. Okay, if I take the name Jesus and I superimpose it on Mithras, is that make him Mithras or Jesus?
Depends. I guess if you're rewriting the story about the same character, just renaming him doesn't really do shit. It's just, I mean, it's the same story, right?
Exactly, right? And that's my point. That's what Catholicism and then, by proxy, Christianity from springing forth from Catholicism does.
Okay, let me ask you this.
What's my point?
Okay, let me ask you this. You're against abortion, right? That's what you said.
Hold on. We can't move from that.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
You good, King? You good? So my point is just very simply. My point is just very simply that it's not the same.
Okay, I mean you can claim that, but it is.
I mean, and you can claim that, but it isn't. So now you can ask me your abortion question.
Oh yeah. Why are you against abortion? And I want to see people in the comments tell me as well why they would be against abortion.
Very simply, because scientifically, for a species to
don't bring science into it.
Joshua, I can use whatever I want to use. Thank you very much. Because scientifically, in order for a species to continue to survive, it needs to procreate. Very simple.
That's true, but overpopulation also kills off a species, and that's an issue.
Okay, so can you demonstrate to me how overpopulation in the world exists?
People be fucking too much with no resources to hand out to their children, and it makes resources more scarce for everyone.
There's an abundance of resources in this world. So here's your problem, Josh. Right?
Yeah, the problem is billionaires.
No. Hold on. The problem is billionaires, right? So the problem is not people. The problem is billionaires, right?
Yeah.
And what are the color of those billionaires?
Very much white.
Very much white. And these same people who will tell you that Mexicans are having too much sex, and Mexicans are having too many babies, and Mexicans need to stop coming into a country that was stolen from them, right? You see the problem there? That's why I don't think you should abort. I think more black and brown babies need to be made to outpopulate the dying species in the earth, which is the Caucasian man. That's my point. That's my position. That's why I'm against abortion.
I see, but you leave out tons of factors like women's reproductive systems don't always exactly create a environment that would be okay for a child to be born in. Like a child being born with a extra limb.
Okay.
Why would you bring a child into this world to suffer? Or even worse, a child with a deadly disease that only would have about a month to 2 months of life before they pass.
Let me
And
ask you something.
those 2 months are filled with nothing but suffering and pain.
So Josh, here's my question: what percentage of childbirths are the what percentage of childbirth are accounted for in what you're talking about?
The number actually keeps increasing every year because of billionaires and their lack for fucking change towards moving to green energy, because, you know, pollution, all that shit, it's dumped off on our communities. We get the shit in the state, you know. So yeah, it is. This isn't a black and white issue. The problem is you're saying you want more brown and black people to
exist,
whatever, take over world domination, whatever you're.
This exists. All I want us to do is exist.
Okay, but you don't need to have 5 kids. You simply 1 to 2 is the sign. Like scientists suggest you have 1 to 2 just to replace yourself.
We ain't talking about how many kids you can have. We talking about abortion. We talking about killing kids, right? So
it's not killing kids. They're not alive. You can't kill something that has never had life.
Okay, so is a sperm alive?
No.
Okay, so how does a sperm know to swim to an egg, Josh?
That's just what they do, bro.
No, let's talk about science. Since you want to talk about, use the term science. Scientifically, a single sperm is called what in science?
A sperm.
It's called spermazoa, right? Do you know what the suffix zoa means when you put it to the end of a word in science? Since you're a scientist expert, right? Josh, you know what it means when you put zoa on the end of a word in science? Huh? It means animal. It means living animal. That's what it means. So what a sperm actually is a living animal that is programmed, that lives and its tail wags because it's alive. Its tail doesn't wag if it's not alive. Just like a dog, if it's dead and the tail don't wag no more, right? So that tail wags, and it actually has intelligent sensors that tell it where to go, where the egg is, so it can impregnate it, so it is alive. Then when it gets into the egg and it gets that tissue, it's even more alive, right? It begins to grow and develop and becomes a fetus, which fetus is just the Latin word for baby, right? So it's a baby. It's a human being. It's alive. You can't say it's not alive. That's crazy. It's literally a living organism. That's literally the definition of it, a living organism.
You take that at conception.
Josh, you cutting out.
No, it will not. You just said, will it be able to survive if you took it out of the womb?
That's not a question. Will you be able to survive if I put you underwater? No. Does that make you not alive?
Yeah. Yes. What are you talking about, bro? I can hold my breath. So yes, to a certain extent, I could survive underwater for a certain amount of time.
Not long. Josh, not long.
Hey, I'm a pretty good swimmer, bro.
Listen. But if Brock Lesnar was holding you up under that water, your ass is gonna drown. You're bound to drown. It's just what's gonna happen, right? So that's the point. But that doesn't make you not alive right now. We're not talking about the question of a hypothetical if this or if that happened. The fact is, it is alive. It's just what it is.
It is not. It is not.
So a living organism is not alive.
What you're doing is killing off.
No. What I'm doing is asking you a simple scientific question: is a living organism alive? Yes or no?
Josh, is a living organism alive? Yes, but a fucking goddamn clump of cells is not a living organism, bro. It's not.
So a fetus is not a living organism,
bro. You're literally. Science
no, bro,
literally.
I'm literally asking you a question. Is a fetus a living organism?
No, it's not.
Okay, well let's look up science. A fetus is an unborn offspring of an animal. Hold on, I'm trying to read this. Is an unborn offspring of an animal that develops from an embryo. Following embryonic development, the fetal stage of development takes place. In human prenatal development, right? Okay, boom, the gestation, the birth, etc. To the point, the word fetus. Hold on, your thing is cutting out. You're in the matrix. Josh, you're in the matrix, bro. I don't know, something's wrong with your service.
It says characteristics of living things. Right?
Hold on. Should I just Google that?
No. Google cell living organism.
Cell living organ.
It's not org.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'll go up to the cell tabs. Go up. If that's up, go down just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I get it right here on my phone.
Just read. Oh, what
I'm gonna read.
Mm-hmm.
This says, now this is taught in the schools, right? Cambridge University Press, right?
Where's it at though? So I can let them see it.
Assets.cambridge.org.
How do I Google it though?
That's not good.
What you Google?
Yeah, that's cell living organism.
This?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on, let me send you the link. What do you want me to send it to?
Sheesh. Send it. Hold on. Let me just put this in Cambridge. See if our brother's back. He's not back yet. Right here. Boom. Okay.
So this is actually taught in the schools.
Right. What page we on?
We're on the third page.
Page 3. Characteristics of living things. There are 7 activities which make organisms different from non-living things. These are the 7 characteristics of living organisms: nutrition, respiration, movement. All living things move. Interesting. Growth. Hold on. Growth.
All of these things that the sperm does.
Yep.
It grows, it needs respiration, it needs to breathe.
And again, and this is before it fertilizes
an
egg.
Yeah. It's just a sperm alone. It needs nutrition, respiration, so it has to breathe, movement, expressions, growth, it grows, reproduction, so it produces more, right? It produces offspring, and sensitivity. So it's a living thing.
That's right. That's a fact. Josh, you got a source here from Cambridge that substantiates it's a living thing. But you're back. Go ahead, Josh.
What? Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you. You're good to go. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear y'all.
Beautiful. So yeah, what we're doing is we're using this source here from Cambridge University. It talks about the characteristics of living things, demonstrating how that's applicable to the embryonic and fetal stage of development, which would make it a living thing, scientifically, that is.
Yeah, fetuses can't breathe on their own. They can't move.
Breathing on your own does not disqualify something, right? Like I got a friend that's on a ventilator right now whose lungs is at 0%, right? Is he not alive?
Mm.
Hold on.
He did breathe. He's using his own lungs to breathe, although the machine is helping his lungs breathe.
No, but that's not what you said. You said you got to be able to breathe on your own.
Yes, exactly.
But now you're changing that, right? Go ahead.
But the point is, these are characteristics.
These are characteristics, and there's a multitude. Yes, on its own, exactly. There's a multitude of characteristics, and one of the main characteristics is growth and movement, right? Growth and movement.
Fetuses don't fucking move, buddy.
Did the
sperm
had to move to make the fetus? And fetuses do move, actually. You ever heard it?
Do you jerk off? Do you jerk off?
Josh. First off, no.
Have you ever?
Listen, Josh.
You've never busted a nut.
Baby,
okay, so you're one of those guys that only fucks.
Josh. Do babies kick in their mother's stomach?
It's a reflex.
Josh, do babies kick in their mother's stomach?
When they're a developed child, yes.
No, not when they're a developed child. When they're fetuses, do they kick in their mother's stomach?
When they're developed enough, yes.
Wait a minute, but
have you ever had a fucking?
No,
have you ever gotten a girl pregnant and she instantly starts feeling kicks in her stomach?
No, Josh. You're not gonna do that. You said a fetus is not alive. You didn't say a fetus develop. Okay, but if it's not alive, but it can develop to the point where it can kick, but it still hasn't been born yet. When does it become alive, Josh? That's my question.
24 weeks.
Okay, so now you're changing. Now you're changing the argument. You're saying that no, you are. Because it's called a fetus the whole time, right? That's number one. It's called a fetus the whole time.
Because it's what?
It's called a fetus the whole time. But now, what you're now saying is As long
Once
as
it's 24 weeks and it can survive outside the womb, then it's officially by science declared a living child. Don't fucking come at me with these bullshit ass little fucking articles where you pick apart. Don't fucking do that. Don't cut me off, bro. You are
I'll do anything.
Just like your religion.
You don't shut up, Josh.
Pick shit apart. You
don't
pick shit apart. That's the only way you justify.
I'm picking your bullshit ideology apart. That's what I've been doing.
No, you are fucking.
Hour. Yes, I
science.
am. Josh, this is science, right? That baby can move before 24 weeks. You do know that, Josh, right? So is it the movement or is it 24 weeks?
It's 24 weeks.
Okay, so but even though
you want to go by scientific terms,
even though it can move before 24 weeks, it's not alive, but it can move. I just need you to say that on the record. Josh. Brother Josh.
What?
If it can move before 24 weeks, is it alive or does just 24 weeks make it alive? Are you Googling that?
Everything says 24 weeks is when it's considered a baby.
Hold on.
That's science.
Again, but can it move before 24 weeks?
Once it starts developing nerves and stuff, yeah.
Okay, so if it moves before 24 weeks, is
can
it alive?
Can it breathe on its own though? Nope.
No. But you movement. It's not just one thing that makes something alive. Josh.
You can't pick apart, bro. I'm sorry, you can't. What you're doing is trying to pick apart science, like you pick apart your fucking stupid ass book and fucking pick and choose what you want to believe in. That's not how science. That's not how it works.
I'm picking apart the stupid ass shit that you believe that the white man told you. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm picking apart. You're Googling something. You're on Google, nigga. You don't even know anything. You're on Google, right? And you're trying to tell me Google says 24 weeks, but even though you're admitting that movement equates to being alive, yet movement occurs before 24 weeks. You're the stupid ass. Your ideology is dumb. You believe in a concept about a Greek myth about Satan that's not in the Bible, but you call your ideology Satanism. But you have the nerve to call something else or somebody else's belief stupid. Nigga, are you crazy?
You believe in God, bro. Like, that's literally all I have to like. You believe in a God. You literally believe a magic thing in the sky created humankind with no fucking backing, no evidence, no physical fucking quantifiable evidence.
Okay, Josh, what do you?
And then you start picking apart science to fit your fucking narrative, bro.
Josh, what do you believe created humankind?
Please, bro, please. It's not
Josh. Okay, Josh. All right, I'm stupid. I'm now going to give you the floor. What do you believe created humankind?
Humankind was not created, bro. Oh my fucking god.
Whatever you believe
in creationism. Creationism is bullshit.
Okay. Don't got. Where do people come from? Just explain it. Josh, the floor is yours. I'm literally muted. The floor is yours. Tell us where people come from.
We've evolved from the single cell organisms which were made up by the carbon originally fucking thrown into the universe by a giant explosion. Just science says science.
Okay. And in that giant explosion, what caused the giant explosion?
Enough energy gathered in one spot to start shooting particles out to every direction of what was not existence. It was a
wait, hold on, Josh. So energy from a place that didn't exist created existence, right?
You cannot destroy or create energy. So
how can you prove that?
Science, buddy. It's literally a fucking law of science. What do you mean? How can I prove that? It's a literal law.
Josh.
It's a law of the universe.
Josh. Where did the energy come from?
You cannot create nor destroy energy, meaning the energy was already present.
So energy has always existed?
Yes.
Thank you. You believe exactly what I believe now, Josh.
No, you believe this fucking energy dictates what people should fucking do, which makes no sense.
Okay, now, Josh. Okay, so if energy is responsible for all things that exist, why shouldn't it be able to dictate what all things do?
Because it physically cannot. What do you mean? What do you mean, bro?
Hold on now. Why can't it physically?
Because what do you mean? It's not a fucking entity, bro.
Okay.
It's literally just energy.
Okay, cool. But if it created, right? If it in fact
it did not create.
Okay. If then what did it do?
It exploded, sending particles throughout what was, I guess, a plane. I guess that's what you could call it, a plane. And those particles developed into carbon. Carbon is the basic fucking element found in all of the universe. It literally makes up the stars and the breath in our lungs.
Mm-hmm. True indeed. Right. So if it didn't explode, right? So the way that it exploded and then caused the carbon to be developed actually developed the natural parameters in which things exist. So doesn't it actually dictate everything then?
No.
But its explosion literally created the carbon in which all things are based off, which is in everything. It's
It
carbon
doesn't
based.
dictate anything, though.
But that
The explosion itself didn't dictate anything.
the
It was a
explosion-
chaotic, random event that just so happened to lead to humans.
Now, you think I believe in something stupid? That is some of the dumbest shit ever.
This is literally scientific theory, bro.
It's scientific. What you said? It's scientific. What?
I know what you're about to say. It's a
No,
theory.
It's scientific. What, Josh? Some of the dumbest shit ever.
This is literally scientific theory, bro.
It's scientific. What you said? It's scientific. What?
I know what you're about to say. It's a
No,
theory.
It's scientific. It's scientific. What, Josh?
Theory.
And is a theory a fact?
A theory can be tested.
No, but is a theory a fact?
Yes, motherfucker. It is. It is.
Okay. All right. Well, let's
Just like evolution. That's a fact.
No, evolution is not a fact.
It is a fact.
Oh my god. Okay.
Your ass literally thinks we came from from some fucking what are you talking about? Some wizard in the sky was like, I'm just gonna make humans so they can fucking be subjugated to serve me.
You don't know what I believe. So now let's look at the term theory.
My God, you believe the same shit. What do you know?
What is the definition of a theory? A supposition or a system of ideas intended to explain something, especially one based on general principles independent of the thing to be explained. So none of this says that it's a fact. It's a supposition, right? Well, what is a supposition? Let's look up what that is. Supposition definition, right? Uncertain belief. That's literally what a supposition is. Uncertain belief. So, Josh, you are as much as in a religion as everything and everyone else that you criticize. You are a hypocrite. And shalom, Josh. Right? This is my point. This is why I was so excited about having this conversation. Because I talk to people in all forms of ideologies, but very rarely have I ever had the opportunity to talk to somebody who identifies themselves as a Satanist, right? And I was hearing the rhetoric that the brother was spewing. No, he didn't leave. Brother, y'all all just he didn't leave. I kicked him out because he's done. He's done now, right? He is in a religion. It's what he's in, right? He has an uncertain belief. Josh, are you ready to admit that you're in a religion?
I'm not in a religion. See, okay, here's the thing. Let me explain to you.
No. Here's the thing, right?
Yeah, go ahead.
You said a theory. You said a theory, right? Now, a theory is a supposition. A supposition is, by definition, an uncertain belief, right? So, do you have an uncertain belief about evolution? Look at you. Look at him googling, y'all.
Bro, you're doing the exact same thing. So, what the fuck are you? What are you talking about?
See, but you're not answering my question. I'm going here showing everybody what I'm doing, and I'm demonstrating why you have a religion, and it's called evolution.
It's not a religion, bro.
Is it an uncertain belief?
So what you're saying is what you believe is uncertain. Are you uncertain in your belief?
No, Josh. Do you believe in the theory of evolution?
Yes, because it's proven. I mean,
no, it's not. Okay, but it's a theory. And the theory is Josh. It is a theory. Yes or no?
Here is the definition of theory.
I just
read
it.
Plausible or scientifically acceptable general principle or body of principles offered to explain phenomena. Boom.
Yes, it's accepted. Does that make it a fact?
Oh my God, dude. This motherfucker.
Okay, so look, let's look at one of the antonyms. Let's look up antonyms of theory, of the word theory. An antonym of the word theory. You know what an antonym is, right?
Do you know that there's proof and
Josh, I asked you a question, nigga. Why you don't be answering the questions when I ask them?
You don't have to yell, bro. Calm down. Calm down. I understand your beliefs are shaking right now. You don't know what to think.
Josh, I know, sir. So what is an antonym, Josh? What is an antonym, Josh?
What is it? Tell me.
A word that means the opposite of another word, right? The exact opposite. So here are the antonyms for the word theory. Certainty. Certainty is the opposite of a theory. Certitude is the opposite of a theory. Positiveness is the opposite of a theory. Proof is the opposite of a theory. Surety is the opposite of a theory. Should I go on? Reality is the opposite of a theory. Should I go on?
2 + 2 is a theory.
Okay.
So is that not real? Is that uncertain? Are you uncertain 2 + 2 is 4?
Josh, how is it a theory that if I take 2 people and another 2 people and put them together and count, it'll be 4? That's not theoretical.
How is it a theory that scientists have found fucking common links between all primates? How is that a theory?
Josh, where's the missing link?
Motherfucker, that is so played out. They've already. Oh my God, bro, that is a fucking. Look, I'll show you an article.
The missing link.
I'll show you an article.
Google is this nigga God.
Bro, you're literally using Google. So what the fuck? You're showing me all this shit on Google, are you not?
Yes.
Yahoo.
Yes, I am showing
You
you.
prefer
on
Yahoo?
I'm showing you on Google the definition
Bing,
of
baby.
the words that you're using and how they defeat what you're saying.
Okay, but like I said, 2 + 2 is a theory as well.
No, it ain't. 2 + 2 ain't a theory.
It's not.
No, it's a fact. We can prove it. Mathematics. The root word of math is the Hebrew word.
Bro, do you know what mathematical theory is?
I'm not talking about mathematical theory. I'm talking about mathematics.
Science and math are the same fucking thing, bro. Oh my god.
This nigga here. Find me the missing link, bro. That's all I need you to do. That nigga, 100 words a minute.
Java man, Nebraska man, Peking man, Cro-Magnon man, New Guinea man, all fucking
Big up, Stack.
examples of missing link. As
Okay.
you people name. It's a myth, bro. You're like
And-
the missing link
also,
is
and also the Disney movie, right? Okay. Also the Disney movie.
I like how you just dismiss shit, bro. You just dismiss facts, like just because
You
they don't.
do it. You do it. Hey, you do it too, man. I'm just trying to get
How so?
I mean, I've demonstrated it throughout this evening. If you ain't seen it, I mean, I don't know.
You fucking pulled up antonyms of theory, which theory has many fucking meanings. So
It's just, and none of it means fact. That's my point.
okay, but 2
Ain't
+ 2
no-
is a mathematical theory, bro.
Ain't no but. It's not a fact. You want to tell me that there's some
Mathematical
mythical
theory
that-
is literally
Josh,
us being like
Josh,
2 + 2.
You just told me that there's mythological energy that exists in a universe that has just
No,
always
I did
existed.
not. No, I did not. Don't fucking put that in my mouth.
Okay,
Energy
so-
is not mythological. What are you talking about, bro? Energy
No.
is present constantly. It's a constant presence,
It is?
bro. It is.
you
It's constantly present.
Can you see
When
it,
you shit, you're fucking moving energy out of your body. When you eat something, you're putting energy in.
Josh?
It's a constant.
And it just always existed.
Yes, it's always existed.
And what is energy made up of?
Energy. You cannot create. You cannot create or destroy energy. Energy is just energy, bro. It's particles.
Energy can't be created.
Nope.
Okay, so what about the energy industry? They don't create energy.
No, they don't create energy.
What do they do then?
They use resources and turn them into energy. You thought you had one, bro. You thought you had one. This whole time you thought you had one.
No, Josh, exactly. You said they use resources, and what do they do with the resources?
Friction does not create energy, bro.
No, but are they turning something into energy?
It's already energy. The energy is stored within.
Oh my God, no! I thought they're turning it into energy. That's what you just said,
bro. When you shit, you're literally turning the food you just ate into energy. It's like a simple fucking.
Brother Josh,
it's a simple concept.
Brother Josh, I want you to understand though. Throughout the duration of this night, what I've done is I've responded to the shit that comes out of your mouth, right? And the shit that comes out of your mouth, when I ask you questions about it, you contradict it constantly. So again,
no. Look this up. Since you love fucking.
No, Josh, you just said they turn resources into energy, right? That's what you just said. Now you're telling me
they don't create it. They don't create it.
So they're turning it into energy, but they're not creating energy. Explain that.
The energy is constant.
Mm-hmm.
If I go eat a fucking burger, it's going to give me energy to walk throughout my day and do my daily activities.
So if you don't, energy.
No, motherfucker, what the fuck are you talking about? When I grind up a bunch of fucking fruits into a smoothie, it's a fruit smoothie. It's made up of that shit. It already has the energy in it.
And where did it come from?
What are you not understanding about this? Energy is constant. It is constant. That is a fucking law of science. Look it up. You love science so much, but only when you cannot create nor destroy energy.
Josh, okay. So energy can't be created somehow, but somehow things are being turned into energy.
Energy is a constant.
Are you saying everything is made up of energy?
Yes, it is.
So what's the difference between somebody saying God is in all things and what you're saying?
The energy doesn't fucking dictate life.
So your problem is this. Your problem is the concept that there is a being or a force of energy somewhere that tells people what to do. That's your problem.
No, that's not my problem.
Okay.
Because there's not a being telling people what to do.
Okay,
My,
but do you
my
have
problem is that nut jobs like
that concept. Is your problem with that concept?
No, my problem is with nut jobs like you taking some fucking ancient ass book written by a bunch of illiterate fucking cavemen who didn't understand that thunderstorms were not the wrath of God. They were just natural fucking things that happen.
Now,
using
Josh,
said,
Josh,
no, wait,
Josh,
I'm not done. I'm not done.
I'm gonna let you finish. I'm gonna let you finish. But in all fairness, it's very offensive for you to say that because that offends also your ancestors. That offends a lot of people. But what you have
My
to understand
ancestors didn't. Hispanics
Your
didn't believe in that shit, bro. Like the original Aztecs and Mayans, they didn't believe in fucking gods.
Aztecs have one of the vastest pantheons that exists. What are you talking about?
They did not, bro. What are you talking about?
Aztecs didn't have gods that they served. Aztecs didn't believe that a god formed them from mate.
No, they fucking were convinced that spirits existed.
No. Before any Columbian contact, they had deities. This is a fact. The 8 most important gods and goddesses of the Aztec Empire, right? The hummingbird of the south, the smoking mirror, Quetzalcoatl, the feather serpent, the serpent skirt, the turquoise lord, he who makes things sprout. They had gods for these things. You do know that, right? Your ancestors.
They were spirits.
Are they again spirits? Are they stupid? Are they cave people?
They fucking were. What do you mean, bro? Yes, they were ignorant cave people. They cut people's hearts out and sacrificed them to the sun, bro. What do you mean?
We're talking about people who created the first hydroponic city ever, right? Who built a vast civilization and empire. And they were cave people.
Yes.
That's white supremacy. All right, he's done.